Hello everybody, what is going on? Voodoo here. Welcome to another channel update. This update is for the week of Monday, February 4th through Sunday, February 10th of 2013. Pretty exciting week this week. We finally get to begin our very first game of 2013, which is a big release. It's a co-op playthrough that I'm doing with one of my very good friends. Should be a lot of fun, and looking forward to this week. So, first off, we will recap what happened last week, and I completed, finally, my playthrough of Dishonored last week. It's taken a long time. It took me a long time to beat the game, around 15 hours, but I finally did beat it, and the entire game is now uploaded to YouTube in a playlist for you to view. And I also did my Voodoo's Verdict on Dishonored. However, I have yet to upload that, but I have recorded it. I have it on my computer ready to go. So yeah, that's finally one of the games from 2012 down. I have two more to go at some point during the course of this year. Darksiders 2 and Borderlands 2, maybe during the summertime. Those are games that I will go back and revisit and potentially beat. But Dishonored is now out of the way. But before we can talk about this week's playthrough, there is something that I need to get out of the way and address now. Something that there was a lack thereof this past week, which was again the big announcement that I've been talking about for a couple weeks that I was going to be making. Once again, I didn't make it this past week, and the reason that I didn't make it is I really honestly just still didn't feel that the time was 100% right. I still don't have this thing really worked out all the way. I still haven't been able to talk to the other party involved in this. And with finishing up Dishonored last week, the premiere of Dead Space 3 this week, and the big surprise I'm planning on releasing next week, I really just didn't feel the timing was right to make the big announcement this past weekend and then have a whole week this week where it was Dead Space 3. You know, I was going to make this video pumping up this new exciting thing, and then it was going to be completely something else, Dead Space 3 for a week, and you're going to have to wait a whole another week to finally get the surprise upload. So I figured that the time really wasn't right. I really feel that this week coming up, not this week, well, I shouldn't say that, not this week, but next week, is really going to be the right time, because next week there is no release that I'm doing on YouTube. Aliens Colonial Marines comes out, but even if I wanted to do a playthrough of that on YouTube, I couldn't. As I mentioned, I reduced my GameFly plan back down to one game out at a time, and there's of course no way I'd be able to beat Dead Space 3 this week and then send that back in time to get Aliens. So next week will be a free week for me. After I, complete whatever I've left over of Dead Space 3. And I actually have a 5-day weekend coming up. This Saturday through next Wednesday, I'm off for Mardi Gras, or I guess whatever it's called elsewhere. For us, it's Mardi Gras break. So I have 5 days off coming up, which is plenty of time for me to focus, plenty of time for me to start getting prepared for this big surprise and work on it to release it next week. So that's why I didn't make the announcement video, but again, the plan is, and you probably don't believe me because I've already, cried wolf twice basically, but the plan is right now to make the announcement video this weekend coming up, and I'm close to writing that in stone because I really feel next week is the right time. There's no game coming out, and it would make sense to make the announcement this weekend, and then later on that very same week, basically, release the video. And then that way, I make the video, there's hype around it, and that's the only thing that I will put out next week on the channel. And next week can be completely dedicated to that. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. So it's something that I'm really excited about. I'm going to put a lot of work into, and I figured that if I'm going to put a lot of work into it, I want people to really get into it, that the timing had to be right to make the video, and I just didn't feel it was right this weekend. So I'm going to get in touch with the other party this week, see if we can discuss what we need to discuss later on this week, and talk about some things. And once we do that, I'll feel more comfortable in making the announcement video, letting you guys know what's going on. So that's coming up. But before all that is the playthrough this week of our first game of 2013, which I already mentioned, Dead Space 3. And finally I can confirm officially that it will be a co-op playthrough online with myself and my friend Dave. We're really looking forward to it because our last co-op game that we did was a massive failure, which was Resident Evil 6. Horrendous, so we cannot wait to play a game that hopefully will wash that horrible taste out of our mouth that we've had for like months and give you guys an actual good co-op game in full HD, and it will be the full screen because we're both getting a copy of the game. We're playing it over the internet. We're not doing local split screen, so you won't see, you won't have to watch footage of two little tiny screens. You'll be able to see my whole screen for the playthrough. So we're looking forward to that, and we're going to be starting that late on Wednesday night. I have an exam that night, but when I get home, we will be starting Dead Space 3. Now, I have no idea how long Dead Space 3 is. If it's like the previous couple, it'll be between 8 to 10 hours long. I'd imagine it's around there. It might be a little longer. I really don't know. But we'll be playing that, in the end of this week. We'll be playing into the weekend and early next week, as long as it takes us to beat the game. So, So, if I were you, I would be looking for the start of Dead Space 3 to start uploading on Thursday afternoon sometime. Probably around noon. Excuse me, golly. Because that's when I have my first class on Thursday, is at noon, and in that class, I've uploaded in that class before. It's unbelievable. I can put up 15-minute videos. They upload in literally like 2 minutes. I'm not even kidding. So I could just crank videos out during that class. Actually, an hour-and-a-half class. If I can upload a 15-minute video every 2 minutes, I can pretty much do whatever I need to do. So I would look for a lot of Dead Space 3 footage, the playthrough to begin on Thursday. Again, co-op between Dave and I. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a great playthrough. Really good way, I think, to kick off 2013 with a franchise that I really enjoy and a game that I'm looking forward to playing. So that's this week. And then at some point during the weekend, like I said, I know I've said this before, but I'm really thinking this is the time now. I will be making this video, which will be the featured video on my channel for the entirety of the weekend. It'll be a featured video on my channel for a long time, so you won't miss it. It'll be up there probably at least 4 to 5 days, so if at any point you go check my channel, in the next, from the weekend through next week, you'll see the announcement video, okay? Where I'll explain everything, what's going on, and then next week some point, I'm planning on actually releasing this video. Assuming everything goes well, because like I said, I have a lot of time to work on it next week. I've got a 5-day weekend, and then only 2 days of school, and then another weekend, so plenty of time next week to work on it. I think it's going to come out really well, so be on the lookout for that. So this is a great week. Also, Voodoo's Verdict. This video is going to upload on a Tuesday, so I would look for my Voodoo's Verdict of Dishonored to be up on Wednesday. So you'll see this channel update Tuesday, Wednesday my Voodoo's Verdict on Dishonored, and then Thursday we'll begin Dead Space 3, and then at some point the big announcement video will also come up. So big week here on the channel. Really looking forward to it. I hope you guys are as well. I'm excited to finally start playing new games for this year. I'm pretty excited that the first game, is a big release, a big franchise that I really like, that I get to do co-op with one of my good friends. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it. By the way, I hope everybody likes my new haircut. I've been needing to get one for quite some time, and finally got it done this weekend. It's a little shorter than they usually cut it. I tell them the same thing every time, but for some reason they cut it a little bit shorter than usual, but it's fine. This is much easier to deal with and to keep looking nice and everything, with the short hair, so pretty good. I'm liking it, and it's a lot lower maintenance to deal with than the huge mop that I've had for the past couple of months. So, alright guys, thank you very much for watching this channel update. I will see you if you're watching this on Tuesday, I will see you tomorrow with Voodoo's Verdict of Dishonored, Thursday with Dead Space 3, and at some point a big announcement video that you're not going to want to miss. So stay tuned. Hope to see you this week. One last thing I want to make a note of. Unfortunately, it looks like the fan mail series that I wanted to do is going to go down the tubes, because whereas I got that first, those first couple of questions the very first week that I mentioned it, and it looked like I was going to get some good questions. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten a single question since then. It's been like 2 weeks, and the only questions I've got are those first two that I got. So unfortunately, it looks like the fan mail series isn't going to happen because people aren't sending me questions. So I apologize to those two people who did send me questions, but there's really nothing I can do about it. I can't make a video for 2 questions. I need other people or you guys to send me more questions. Different people, new people to send me questions if I'm going to do a fan mail series. If not, if I don't get any new questions in the next couple of weeks, I'll just write you guys a message back with my answer, or maybe I'll just include it in a channel update or something like that. But unless I get more questions, I'm not going to be able to do the series, which is unfortunate, but I can't control, if people send me questions or not. Right now, they're not. So it is what it is. But alright, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you this week with a lot of great stuff. I hope you're excited. And until then, peace out. Have a good week. And I will see you with footage later.